Hello, and welcome to another edition of All or None According to Jack with your host, Jack Toledano. So, we have a couple of things. We have reached the year 2006, which we're going to talk about today. Um, this shirt, I'm going to stand up for a second so you can see it. Oops, way to go. There you go. So the warehouse, Newburgh, New York. So back on the weekend of SOT Fest, so that Sunday after the festival was over, uh, Pete Pardo arranged with the owner of the warehouse in Newburgh, New York, that a bunch of us would get together and have a luncheon, which I thought was very cool. But on top of the owner Dan Brown being very generous, he started handing out T-shirts. And me, I love George Washington, so what better T-shirt for me? Uh, and it was an XL, so there you go. So now you know my size. If anybody wants to gift me, no, I'm kidding. Uh, the other was a culinary gift that my daughter Samantha just gave me. Look at this. I can pie a la mode, apple pie a la mode. So I'm actually going to have a few bites of this as we talk metal for the year 2006. Mm, out of this world. So, first band that we're going to talk about, and there are three, is a band that I think you're all familiar with. They're a German metal band, but with a bit of kind of a folksy metal band, and I have had them on before. Let's get that first. Blind Guardian, a twist in the myth. Yes, that's it. A twist in the myth. Let me get another bite of this. This is just too damn good. Mm, insane. Good job, Sam. So anyway, twist in the myth. 11 songs. Very pleasant surprise. This is a pretty heavy album. Um, three songs that I would rate 4 stars. This Will Never End, Another Strange Me, The Edge. And, putting some of the folk aside, it's a pretty heavy album. A bunch of songs I gave 3.5 stars, a good portion of them. Other Land, Turn the Page, not to be confused with Bob Seger's Turn the Page. Fly, Lionheart, The New Order, the very last track. Then you had a folk ballad, Skulls and Shadows, good song. Rounded out with Carry the Blessed Home, Straight Through the Mirror. And you know what? If you're looking for something a little less heavy, but still fairly heavy and a little folksy, these guys will do it for you every time. Blind Guardian. I did see them once with what the hell was it? With Symphony X in a place in New Jersey, not too far from Asbury Park, but the name of the place escapes me. But good venue and very good show on both accounts. So that's Blind Guardian. All right, we're back. Had to take a quick break. Okay, so the next album we're going to talk about, I think I may have mentioned these guys before, but you know what? I like them. Swedish metal band, and not Hammerfall. Different Swedish metal band, Evergrey. No, I wasn't expecting a cover quite like this one. I was expecting something more fantasy related, similar to the Blind Guardian cover, but still pretty cool. Uh, mug shots of each member of the band. Um, so The album is called Monday Morning Apocalypse. Again, you got chock full of really good songs in this album. Obedience, The Curtain Fail, Still in the Water. I gave those all 4 stars. Bunch more, 3.5. The title track, Monday Morning Apocalypse, Unspeakable, At a Loss for Words, 3.5. What else? Lost, gave it a 3. In Remembrance, a 2.5. Till Dagmar, an instrumental, so I didn't really rate it. The Dark I Walk You Through, I should. Gave both of those 3 stars. Enclosure, bonus track. It's a ballad. Didn't really need it on the album. I gave it 2, but can't go wrong with Evergrey. 2006 was a fairly lean year. Let's talk about some of the albums that I listened to in 2006, but I didn't bring along. Strapping Young Lad, The New Black, Queensryche, Operation Mindcrime 2. I may be seeing them later this spring. They're playing in Manhattan, but we'll see. Celtic Frost, Monotheist, Lamb of God, Sacrament, Catatonia, The Great Cold Distance, Angra, or Consurgens, Mastodon, Blood Mountain, Dragon Force, Inhuman Rampage, Slayer, Christ Illusion, Sabaton, Altero Dominatus, and Firewind Allegiance. So, I mean, I really did try to extend it out to more bands, but you know what? I keep falling back on the ones that I like. So, another band that I think I may have mentioned once before, but they hit it. They did a very good job in 2006. Let's pull them up. After I pull them up, I'm gonna dip into that pile mode again. There we go. Mystic Prophecy, Savage Souls. Oops, here's to you, Mystic Prophecy. So damn good. Hey, I'm entitled once in a while. We've gotten to know each other, right? So in any event, this album really kicks ass. Not 3, but 5 songs I rated 4 stars. So Shadow Beyond My Soul, Master of Sins, title track Savage Souls, In the Darkness, Nightmares of Demons. Bunch more I gave 3.5. Evil Empires, Deception of Hate, Sins and Sorrows. Gave 3 stars for Best Days of My Life and Victim of Fate. And the very last song, which was deceptive, it says that the track is 15 minutes long, which, and here I'm thinking, okay, this is cool. I get to hear an epic of this for the first time, but it wasn't meant to be. Into the Fire, the body of the song itself is only 5.5 minutes. So then there was another 9 minutes of silence, with tacked on after that 9 minutes of silence is some irrelevant banter that really didn't need to be there. Something about him riding his horse. Incidentally, the band members, but on vocals, Roberto Dimitri, Leah Pakis. I think that's how it's pronounced. Sorry if I did it injustice. Gus G is no longer in the band at this point, so instead there's 2 guitar players, Martin Grimm and Marcus Pohl, bassist Martin Albrecht, and drummer Matthias Straub. So that's Mystic Prophecy in a nutshell. really good album that I don't think that that 9 minutes of silence and then a little passage at the end was necessary, but good album nonetheless. So that was the year 2006. So in our next recording, I am going to have a special guest, so please stay tuned for that. I am looking forward. I know he is looking forward. We'll probably be recording in the next day or so. So stay tuned, and I will make sure I have it out by later this week. Peace be with you. Jack Toledano, all or none according to Jack.